Welcome everyone back to Beat the Game. My name's Steve, and today we are going to be playing some Marvel Champions, and we're going to try to unlock another achievement. Yes, we're going to try to do an untouchable Iron Man game, which is Tony Stark take 0 damage. Now, you're probably wondering, like, why would you want to do that? Because we did a video with Spider-Man, and I thought Spider-Man was like, oh man, it was fun. It was a little too easy, so I'm kind of like disappointed. I'm like, you know what? Maybe let's try this with a character that isn't as defensive or seen as a potential defensive character like Iron Man. And plus, a defensive one? Come on, you gotta be kidding me. So the point is try to take no damage against Norman Osborn, who does 4 indirect damage, who has a base attack of 4. And that's going to be really, really tough. So if you like these kinds of videos, please like, subscribe, and just give me your feedback. It's always appreciated. Any comments that you have, good or bad, I like to hear about it. And then that's how we improve and get better. So, moving forward. So we got Tony Stark with the protection aspect, obviously. So we got Norman Osborn. And against Spider-Man, I thought it was pretty fun. But now we're going to try to spice things up a little bit more. Because Iron Man has a lot more cards that he can have a 7-card hand size, so that is going to be super, super efficient. So we want to give it just that Iron Man level challenge that we want to see. So we kind of broke down a couple of modular encounter sets, so to make just one kind of ultimate damage, indirect damage encounter set. So we're adding the energy shield. We have added the concussion blasters, which another retaliate, under attack, which place threat or deal damage. The concussive blasts that can just come in and just ruin us off a boost card. We are running as well. The combat knife to give him piercing. What else did we run? Yeah, a couple of the other weapons to increase his attacks, and then the jet troopers that can give him an extra attack, or it has quick strike. The concussion grenade that can just come in out of nowhere and stun us. And then, so this would be pretty amazing and fun to play against. So Iron Man, obviously, we can kind of cheat the system where we can just stun lock him here. So we're going to play by the same rules. We are not stunning him at all. This is going to be, every attack he does is going to count. So we're going to have to be prepared. We're going to have to deal with everything that comes our way. All right. So to help us out with this, we do have a couple of good cards, and I know what, I'm not going to tell you what they're. We'll see them, and I'll post the deck on which is called the Untouchable Iron Man Challenge. I'll put that on CBD. I'll put a link out there. I think I already have a link. I modified the deck a little bit, so maybe I'll just re-update it. So we're going to go like this. Now the whole goal here is to turn into Iron Man and not come back down. So it's going to be very important to have at least 1 or 2 upgrades in our opening hand. So if we can have 2 upgrades, then we have a hand size of 3, and then we can kind of build off of that. But if we don't, we're flipping regardless. So we'll have to figure it out. Okay, so check this out. There we go. Now, Iron Man obviously has a lot of potential here. So again, we're not flipping down. Even if we get our obligation, we're just exhausting all our stuff. We're dealing with it. All right? So here we go. Iron Man protection versus Norman Osborn, expert indirect Gaddix. There you go. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So not 1 upgrade. So we're going to pitch everything. And then 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there you go. 2, 4, 6. All right. And then you go like 5 upgrades in turn 1. I was scared for a minute. All right, we're going to do the 1, 2, and 3. Man, here's another upgrade. All right, we'll just take them all. We'll do everything that costs 1. So 1. Oh, wait, I want to keep this 1. 1. And then 2. There you go. So we just put 3 upgrades on turn 1, which is great. We are going to remove 1 with our helmet, and we'll punch for 1. And then there you go. And then this has 3 pips on it. All right, so we have a hand size of 4 on our turn 1, which is great. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Pepper Potts. Oh, Pepper Potts' resources. We'll definitely take that. All right, first things first. 1 threat. Osborne is going to put 3 criminal enterprises counters. And our encounter card is laser rifle. So when he does decide to attack, he's going to attack for a lot more. We're just going to play Pepper Potts. Same thing. We're going to remove 1 threat and punch for 1. That's going to go down to 2. And that's going to go down to 1. We'll just leave that there. And then we still have a hand size of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Hopefully we can find some more upgrades here in a minute. But finding like 5 at my opening hand, I was like, oh, are you kidding me? All right. We're putting 1 threat, 2 more counters, so that is 4. And our encounter card is, wow, okay, so he's getting all the jujus. All right, so what can we do here? You know what, since we're not going to play any of these cards, and we have a physical, 1, 2, 3, let's just discard the exosuit, and we don't need to discard for that. And then we have 2 lightnings, but we need a lightning and a physical. So again, we'll remove 2 threat with Iron Man. Oh no, 1 threat with Iron Man, and then we'll punch. Oh, so we'll punch 1, remove 1. There you go, and we'll just get rid of these 2 cards. So that's a little slow. What? Oh, there you go. Our 1 double. So yeah. So we're only running 1 double resource. Yes, we're only running energy. So that is the only double resource we are running in this entire game. So that is going to be extremely, extremely fun because, again, we have a hand size of 7 normally pretty soon. Now we actually have a hand size a little bit more because now we'll be able to play our Quinn Carrier, and we have Pepper Potts that gives us 2 resources. So we'll be able to play some fun things here. Okay, first things first, 1 threat, 5 infamy counters, and encounter card is hired gun. Ooh, this is going to get challenging now. Oh man, all right, so how are we doing this? Interesting. Okay, because I can only remove 1. I'm going to have to defend. All right, 1 defense, 1 punch on him. I'm going to play Muster Courage and 2 to play my Quinn Carrier, and my Quinn Carrier to play my Armored Vest. All right, so now I have a defense of 2. So this should be fun. I still only have 4 cards, so hopefully we get a tech piece in a second here. Ask and you shall receive. And then we have a hand size of 6 next turn. And I do have to defend here. All right, first things first, 1 threat. Criminal counters. He attacks for 2. I have to defend. I will defend for 2. I take no damage. And then we take an encounter card, which is Business Problems, which exhausts all of my upgrades. All right, Pepper Potts, generate 2, Energy Barrier for 3. Unflappable and Preemptive Strike, Energy Barrier for 3. All right, awesome. Okay, so that's good. Everything's exhausted. All right, this guy is getting annoying. We'll be able to get rid of him in a second. All right, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there you go. All right. Woof. Made it. All right, 1 threat. That goes up to 3. 2 pips goes up to 9. Now, I just need 1 supersonic punch, and that's out. He's going to attack. We're not going to defend. We're going to use 2 energy barriers to just take him out. And then encounter card is all in a day's work. Goes up to 11. Jesus, that's a lot. All right, 11. I hope I don't get the mad genius thing there. All right, so that is 1. All right. So we're going to go Pepper Potts for 1, Desperate Defense for 2, and play our reactor. And then we're going to go Defensive Stance and Honorary Avenger to play another defensive stance. And we are going to keep our Power Gauntlets because now we have a hand size of 7. And then we're going to remove 3 threats and punch for 1. So down to 10. 3 threat. All right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 4, 6. Take an extra encounter card. All right. I know it doesn't seem like much, but it's gonna happen. Like once he flips up, man, this is where it's go time. Right now, I'm just kind of saving, biding my time here, and well, I'm like actually trying to bide my time. It's just I couldn't do any damage on him, but I'll be able to start doing some damage now. So 2, 4, 6 plus 1 is 7. We'll be able to set everything up. All right, first things first, we put 1 threat. So threat's under control. So that goes up to 12. And counter card 1 is Quick Strike. Do I just defend here? Or do I just let it pass? Let it go. Let it go. I'll just defend for 2. So I'll take no damage. And then Concussion Blasters. You know what? I will remove 1 and deal 1 damage to this guy. Okay, done. All right, I'm gonna go 1, 2 to play my Gauntlet. I'm gonna go Armored Vest to play Unflappable. And I am going to go Pepper Potts, Quinn Carrier, and Preemptive Strike to play a med team. Now you're probably wondering why you have a med team, Steve. You're supposed to take damage. I am going to be playing Black Widow, and I'm going to be trying to do some damage with her. Okay, so I'm gonna 1 with my Gauntlet. Ready up, 1 with myself, and then 1 with my helmet. All right. Now it's go time. All right, hand size is 7. My board is insanely set up for 1, 2, 3, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we got the Repulsor Blast. We're gonna be playing these things right now because I need to kill him. So 1, 14, and then you'll see how this deck is gonna manage here, and then a Caught Off Guard. Caught Off Guard. That's not fun. All right, let's just lose a pair of boots. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I still have 7. I didn't change my life total, so that's fine. All right, first things first, we're gonna go Aerial using our pair of boots. We're gonna use Quinn Carrier to play another pair of boots, and then we'll go up to 10, which I should have done yesterday. All right, we're gonna use double Expert Defense to play Indomitable and Electrostatic Armor, and then I'm gonna use Desperate Defense to do a Repulsor Blast for 1, 3, 5, 7, 7. And then, well, that he goes back down to 7. Booyah! And then 2 damage, down to 5. Remove 1 threat. And then punch twice. He's down to 3. All right. He was at 14. That was 11 damage this turn. Sweet. All right, 7 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7. All right, perfect. All right, sweet. 1. He wants to attack. 5. And counter card is Assault. Goes up to 7. All right. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to play Luke Cage. Comes in with a Tough. Double Resource plus a Desperate Defense to play Black Widow. I can't be Aerial, but I am going to use 1 to do a Repulsor Blast for 1, 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. That was enough to destroy him. I have 1 card left in the deck. So he flips. Finally, it is time. The State of Madness. So Green Goblin comes in, deals 4 indirect damage. Now, I have ways to prevent it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 4 indirect on Luke Cage. Now, indirect damage can be separated amongst all the allies that you have, or if you have enough to soak it up, I wouldn't be able to have Black Widow soak up all the 4 because she only has 2 health. But since Luke Cage has 5 health, I can put those 4 indirect damage straight on him, and that is why he's in this deck. All right, and again, I now have to block with my allies, but before we block, we are going to remove 1 threat. We are not aerial, so we're going to punch for 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to punch for 3, bringing him down to 15. All right. Here we go, and then ready up, and then we have 1 card, so we're taking double encounter cards. Shuffling up. I'm ready, baby. So ready. So ready. All right, exhaust. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now again, like the whole deck is not like all blockers and resources. I am blocking with Iron Man this turn. And I have a defense of 2. So, and he's attacking for a minimum of 5. So this should be fun. Okay, so here we go. First things first, 1 threat on the main. He wants to attack for 5. I am going to defend with Iron Man. I am also going to play War Machine to play a desperate defense to bring my defense up to 4. He's attacking for 6 plus 2. So that is 8, but I am also going to respond. I am going to use Stark Tower to play a preemptive strike to cancel that and bring him down to 13. So he is attacking for 5 only. I have a defense of 4. I will prevent 1, redirect 1. He's down to 12. I took no damage. I will trigger Unflappable to draw a card. I will trigger Electrostatic Armor to deal 1 damage. 11. Okay. And then I'm taking 2 encounter cards, and I still have 4 cards left. All right, cool. My first encounter card is a Private Security Guard. My next one is a Private Security Guard. All right. So I think we're going to make this very easy on us. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. We're going to muster our courage. A tough and a tough. We are going to use our Queen Carrier to go aerial. Is there anything I could keep? If I use... Yeah, I might as well just keep the armor, because I'll use Pepper Pots. And I can just play the armor next turn. All right. Or I can discard it to go aerial. That's probably better, Steve. It's probably better. Yeah. Because now I can't deal damage to him. So I'm going to discard my armor to go aerial. I will remove 1 threat from everything. There's only 1. Doesn't matter. I'll do 2 damage to the guard. And then Luke Cage will punch, deal 2 damage to this guard, loses tough. And then I will ready up Iron Man and do 1 damage to my guard. Because I have a guard, I cannot do my preemptive strikes. So that is just a little annoying. So I gotta really, really get rid of him. Alright, so I gotta be careful here. Ready up, Queen Carrier's resources. I'll just put my resource cards here. Okay. And I'm tough. So this is the only good thing is I'm tough, so I don't have to worry too much about that. All right, so 2, 4, 6, and 7. So preemptive strikes, supersonic punches are awesome. All right, first things first, 1 threat. He wants to attack me for 5. I am going to defend because I'm tough. So he's attacking for 5, plus 2 is 7. I'm going to remove my tough. I took no damage. I will trigger Unflappable to draw another card. I will use my Electrostatic Armor because I defended for 1 and pinging for 1, so he's going to go down to 10. And then the guard wants to attack me for 1, and then I'm going to remove a energy barrier and prevent that 1 damage, dealing 1 damage back to him. And then in counter card is a Master Plan. So we're going to go find a side scheme Oh, this is what I was afraid of earlier when there was like 20 of them there, like 15 pips. Under attack. All right, so we can put 5 threat there. Yeah, let's just put 5 threat. Okay, here we go. So it's our turn. We are Iron Man. We're gonna ready up with our cloak. We'll remove 3. And Black Widow will remove 2. So that gets rid of under attack. We are then going to use Pepper Pots for a 1 resource to play our other boots to go up to 11. We're going to use our preemptive strikes to play our other gauntlets. We are going to use a supersonic punch to play a target acquired. We are going to go aerial to hit the guard for 2, get rid of him. All right, and then we're gonna go 2 damage to him, bringing him down to 8. Goblin, and we're gonna do repulsor blast for 1. 1, 3, 6. So that's 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. So 1, yeah, so 3, 4. So 4, that's 8, so that's 9 damage. And this is all we have left in the card. There's 4 cards left in the deck. He freaks out and bam, goes to Goblin Stage 3, which deals us 4 direct damage. So we are going to get rid of our defensive stance and an energy barrier. And we'll direct 1 back to him. So 22, he goes down to 21. Woof. And yeah, we survived that one. All right, that was the hardest part, is flipping from stage 1 to stage 2. That was the hardest part the hardest part of this game. Because if you don't have something available, it just kills. Okay, so there's only 1 threat on the main. Everything is exhausted. Yeah, because we use this, and this. All right. So 4 cards. Oh, sweet. 1, 2, 2, 4. This is one of the cards we really wanted to see again, the defensive stance. And then we take another encounter card. Oh, man. Let's see how this goes. And I love these expert protections, man. They're just like, oh. 2, defensive 5. Yeah, preemptive strike. Bam. Damage. It does cost a lot of resource, but it's a super fun way to play Iron Man protection, man. It's so good. All right, so, and I've been talking this deck up, and I can't take credit for this deck. 2, 4, 6, 7. Somebody had posted, I can't remember, in CBD, like an Iron Man thing. I can't remember who. If you're on my channel, if you see, man, thank you for the bit of inspiration, because I saw you were using the expert defense, and I was like, and I read your little synopsis, and I was like, man, that seems like fun. And I'm trying it, and it was super fun. So I don't think this is your deck build, because I just try to kind of homebrew myself. But yeah, I think this should be pretty much what you're building up in your deck. Anyway, so credits to you though for having that little bit of inspiration and helping out into creating this beautiful masterpiece that is the untouchable Iron Man. Well, don't talk too soon, Steve, because he's still got 2 encounter cards and you're not done. Okay, so first things first. 1 threat on the main. All right. He wants to attack for 5. I am going to defend. I am going to trigger expert defense times 2. So I'm going to have a defense of 8. Yeah, so 2 plus 6 is 8. He's attacking for 5 plus 1. So that's 6. Remove a madness counter. All right, so I took no damage. I ping him for 1 because of my electrostatic armor. And then I trigger Unflappable to draw a card because I took no damage. and I'm going to trigger Indomitable to ready up. So if he wants to attack me again, I'm ready for him. And next card is Under Fire, which will surge. I'm letting everything resolve, eh? Goblin Glider, so he's at an attack of 6 now. Concussion, you are stunned. Deal 1 damage to your hero. I'm going to remove an energy to deal 1 more damage back to him. Bringing him down to 19. And the next one is Collapsing Bridge. You know what? We're not even going to deal with this. Okay. And if it goes up, it goes up. All right. Now we got to try to take him out. Okay. First thing we got 2 Repulsor Blasts. I think we can take him out. All right. We are going to go aerial by discarding his Star Tower. Exhausting our boots. We are going to punch for 1, remove the stun. Since we are aerial, we are going to hit for 4, bring him down to 15. We are going to Repulsor Blast for 1, 3, 5, 7. Bringing him down to 15, 7 is 8. All right, is this the last Repulsor Blast? Is this the last Repulsor Blast? We're going to use Defensive Stance to play Repulsor Blast for 1, 3, 5, 7, 9. Perfect! What a finish! So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a Repulsor Blast for 13 ultimate. Finish him. So there you go. 13 damage. Takes out Green Goblin with all these shenanigans, and then we still had some resources to do some other stuff. So yeah, guys, this was super fun, and this took what, 20 minutes? Yeah. So yeah, let's look at the deck. All right, let's go into the deck list. So Green Goblin didn't survive this game. This actually took me a few attempts. This was my second attempt, I think, today, because it's my first real attempt, which I actually completed the game. My last attempt, we had a power outage, so technically it's my second attempt. But yeah, and I was like, midstream to video, and I'm boom, power outing. So that sucked. But what can you do? All right, so here we go. Here's the deck list. All right, so let's just get rid of all the Iron Man cards. Iron Man. And we were defending, so it's not like we tried to prevent the attacks there. We did everything that we needed to do. Just dealing with the indirect damage, that was the challenge here. All right, so we had 2 allies. We had Luke Cage and Black Widow. Obviously, you saw what Luke Cage did because he came into play to do that. So Luke Cage was the guy who could remove the indirect damage from stage 2, but from stage 2 to 3, we were lucky he did not flip, because there's a lot of cards that make him flip. See, if he attacked 1 more time, he was flipping down, and then we have to deal with that 4 damage multiple times. We were just lucky that he stayed in Green Goblin form for as long as he did. Honorary Avenger on Black Widow, just so she can kind of remove some threat. And if we are super, super unlucky, you could, and this is actually good without just trying to do this silly challenge, is to cancel, let's say, a Shadow of the Past, or cancel something in any game. This is good because she thwarts for 2, then you get a med team on her, you heal her back, and then she's just good for like another 8 thwart, and then you heal her again, 8 thwart, 4 thwart, 8 her again. Like I said, so she can keep cycling up, and that's super good. So the 1 med team is just for her, actually. But again, you can change this if you're going to be playing a real game. Quinn Carrier was for the resource to deal with this, or to give myself aerial. And then there's the 3rd energy barrier. The target acquired is just, there's silly little things, because I didn't want him to flip back down. So target acquired, if he was going to flip, I could just cancel his special with the target acquired and keep him in. And this also works in a lot of scenarios. So having 1 in your deck should be almost an auto include, because there's so many scenarios that have these little annoying effects. again, we had only one double resource, so it's not like we were looking for resources, especially with Iron Man. You don't need to have that many resources. Dude, because he has a hand size of 7, you always have stuff to do, and there's always good things you can do for cheap. That's the best part about Iron Man. All right, so now let's look at the other cards that I ran. So I ran 3 defensive stance. Now the reason I ran 3 is because it's a lightning resource. Even though I can only have 1, you saw when he flips, taking 1 out, I want to put another 1 back in as soon as possible. So there you go. So 3 defensive stances. Okay, now the 1-ofs. 1 armored vest, obviously to increase. Electrostatic armor to get some ping damage. To draw some cards, the unflappable. And 1 indomitable, again, because it has a lightning, so if I don't play it, doesn't really matter. But it's also like, oh, get ready, and I can defend for somebody else as well. And then the event cards that we're running 1 muster courage, because again, every time we have it, we'll be able to play it, give ourselves tough. That's why I gave him the combat knife, to give him, if ever I did try to go that way. But I think we played, once? So I wasn't too worried. And then we got the 3 preemptive strikes. Now remember, preemptive strikes, if there is a guard in front of you, you cannot play this card because it does deal 1 damage to the villain for each boost. Oh, wait, can you? Maybe I'm reading this. Yes, it's not an attack, so never mind. I could have actually canceled these boost cards, so forget what I was saying in the video. Preemptive strike, you can actually use this against the villain because it's not an attack card, it's a defense card. So there you go, so that works. And then 3 desperate defenses. It only came out once, but we got to ready up. And then the 3 expert defenses, which are the only mental cards. Like if we look at all our permanents, these are all permanents that want to stay on the table. So the non-lightning, so for our repulsor blasts are 4 cards, 5, because we only have 3 allies, so he normally would be in play, and this would be in play as well. Yeah, and everything else is yeah. So technically, when we do our repulsor blasts, there's only 4 cards that we can miss, and then these guys would be here as well. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 resources, 10, 11. So again, the odds of hitting like these really powerful repulsor blasts, that is the way. This is the way. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Steve Kimmel from Beat the Game, bringing you another heroic achievement. Iron Man, defensive, taking no damage. Keep on playing Marvel Champions. Share, like, subscribe, and beat the game.